What can the Democrats do to help people like me who are afraid that they can't go to college?
So the question, thank you so much for that question. And Senator, I think you're probably best positioned to answer this. The question was, I'm 16 and I'm worried I won't be able to afford to go to college. What are Democrats doing to make her college dreams a reality?
We can't just stay where we are right now, and that is why we have proposed, with Elizabeth Warren's leadership, a bill, right, that would make college affordable for everyone, and that is what we need to be doing. We have a situation where we made some changes, which were good when President Obama was in, to make student loans affordable for students like yourself who are coming in, but there are so many students. It's right now the #1 form of debt for a lot of our seniors is actually student loans, because they are either paying for the loans of their kids or their grandkids, and so it is reverberating through. Yeah, I see some hands, not of grandparents maybe, but it's reverberating through our whole economy. So I think that is making it more affordable, making the 2-year degree an option and not dissing that degree and giving it the dignity that it deserves, that I know in my own family, for the 1 and the 2-year degrees, looking at the skills that as a 16-year-old, what kind of advice you're getting in high school. We found out that a lot of kids aren't getting the advice about what these loans mean and what your choices are. So they go to one school and they get these huge group of loans, and then there's no job in the field that they picked.
But look,
you're doing pretty well for yourself now. But it's doing a much better. Remember all the career advice we used to get? That's been cut a lot in our education system. So it's doing a much better job in high school, getting in early to talk to kids about the careers. And I love the idea. I have a bill with Susan Collins. I love that I can name drop her name as a Republican today. But on apprenticeships, to make it easier for kids when they're in high school to start working at some of these places. And it's not just on the factory floor, it's all over the place. That's what we need to do, and take really a radical change. And one thing that hasn't been mentioned is the Democratic governors across the country. When we look at leadership and how we can make our case, look at the difference between how Minnesota is doing economically under a Democratic governor and Wisconsin under Scott Walker, okay? There is a clear choice there. Or look at what's happening, what Jerry Brown has done here in California, right? So that's what I think. When this education issue, the answer just doesn't start or end at the federal level. It has a lot to do who we put in the governor's office.
So, but on this issue, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's put meat on the bones of that question of how do you make your case. Here's what you can do about your education. Free college education. Okay. So now, not only will Republicans, but Democrats will tell me that's unrealistic. Oh, Cenk, take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism, right? But the reality is, it's $75 billion a year. That is, you can get 20 years of free college education for every child in America that wants it from one cost of the Iraq War. So what they did, and here's how you win on that issue, is that you say, because of your damned war, we lost 20 years of the American dream. You robbed the American kids and their families of the American dream, and we're gonna give it back to them, okay? That's how you make your case. That's how you get free college education. You don't do it by half measures.
Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.